Hello, everybody. It is day 65 of 365 days of my raw suspending disbelief journey. And it is June 25th, 2024. So today was a healing kind of day. um, it was still feeling really rough for a good chunk of the day. It was just feeling very drained, feeling a little burnt out energetically, just from all of the stuff that had been going on. And I had a couple of things that helped with that. So I had a quest with Alex, which is I've been in her Inner Quests for Outer Riches program, so that was fantastic as always, and very healing, and lots of supportive energy comes through in those every time. So that was very, very helpful. And it just, it felt like it unlocked the energy that had been sort of locked up over the last little while, because it was just like I shut down from, all of the rough things that were going on, just so that I could still be functioning. Not shut down fully, but shut down to an extent, right? So that I was being functional, still being able to feed my children and do all the things like that. So um I yeah, it just felt sort of like it unlocked the lock that I had locked, I guess, unconsciously, of course. And that is very, very helpful. So for anyone who doesn't do a lot of this sort of energetic or spiritual healing work fairly consistently, um, just to sort of give a perspective, um, I had, as a child, a very, very rough childhood. Okay, I had a lot of problems, a lot of struggles, a lot of, let's go with electrons, right? Right? Um, it was it was a tough childhood, and what I did, because it was not very acceptable to be super emotional and process all of those things, and the people who could have maybe helped me process them didn't know how to process them themselves, or just weren't comfortable, or whatever the case may have been. I didn't have someone holding space for me for that. So uh so I had um I locked everything away for a very long time, right? To the point where I blocked out all my memories. So I know that I've mentioned this in previous episodes, that I have very few childhood memories left. And they're slowly coming back. The effort that I have to put in to do that is to accomplish having them come back is a lot. Okay, so um, when something has been buried for that long, it's a lot harder to process. It takes a lot more energy on this side of it, and requires a lot more for support. So on all the levels, therapy, healing, all the things, right? And processing those emotions, and having the conversations, and on and on and on. And having someone unlock that sort of for me, or with me at least, immediately after, like as soon as it was safe to do so, and I could have a little bit of a breakdown if I needed to, and all of that, just it makes it so much easier. It makes it so much easier. Processing things immediately is still new to me, and I try very hard to just do it. But when I can't do it immediately, like in the last week or so here, having to sort of hold that energy for myself and my children and for other people, my daughter's father, and on and on and on. Um, it Yeah, it very easily could have just been tied up, right? It could have, that energy could have stayed stuck like that for a very long time, which can be extremely detrimental. So, um, especially in a case where you are actively trying to manifest things, you are, suspending disbelief, you're trying to manifest the life of your dreams in 365 days and all of these things. Um, if you are not processing emotion and it gets stuck and you are in that stuck energy, it can be very problematic for your manifestations. So, I know I'm a little bit scattered. I'm really tired. The the point being, so grateful for that healing, right? For that unlocking of that stuff so that I could process. Also, I forgot. So this morning, the morning of the day that this is. So I'm recording this actually on a different day, but I tried to just say the day for what it was, so it was less confusing. Whatever. Um, so I woke up very sick. Um, I had lost my voice. My voice was like super raw and scratchy, and I was coughing, and I just felt like crap all over. And of course, right after having been through all that trauma and suppressing a little bit all of that emotion and just sort of holding everybody else and not being able to take the time for me and fill my cup and whatever, as soon as the danger had passed or the urgency was gone, right? My body was like, okay, enough, and I got sick. So I think I actually said in the last episode that I was hoping that I wasn't getting sick. Well, I was. So I woke up very sick. I had to postpone a live training in the Butterfly Network in my business membership, because I was just like, I can't even talk. And that's actually why I'm a couple of episodes behind now, because I was like, there's no point even recording right now. I'm just going to cough the whole way through. And it's still, my throat is still bugging me, but it's not quite as bad. Um, so I figured I would try to catch up here. Anyways, so yeah, I woke up with that where my body was like, nope, you get to shut down now and process a little bit. And of course, there was a lot of resistance coming up to that because emotions that I've locked away are much harder to process. And so, yeah, having Alex help me to unlock that was very, very helpful. And then I actually jumped on my my shamanic teacher, Siobhan, put out a call in our shamanic circle for some of the graduated students if we wanted to come and attend her level 2 lab class to exchange Dark Night of the Soul and Dismemberment journeys. And I was like, count me in because I'm here for it. I'm here for the healing. I'm here for the transmutation of all of the struggle, right? So that it doesn't have to be like this anymore. And I knew that I had a lot to process and that it can actually be um, quite a bit easier, in my perspective, anyways, to do it, that healing, that processing shamanically, and have that ripple out into the 3D world. That has been my experience. So while it can be rough and it can be very energetically draining, like I could, there would absolutely be times where it's like I am just done. um, that took it all out of me, and I need to go sleep now and drink 10 gallons of water and and clear my energy, like all the things. And but I was like, yep, I'm in. So I jumped in on that class. And in that class, I was paired up with one of her current students. And um, this this woman had the fortitude and sensibility to make me feel in the journey, make me sit with it, make me process it, and um, and actually help to release it. So Alex had unlocked these emotions and the things that needed to be processed, and this woman sort of held space for it all to um what word am I looking for? To exit my body, like to actually just leave my physical space so that it was like I had actually fully processed it out of my system and I'm able to move on. Um, I can't say how huge that is. Like, this is stuff that, and it's not that it's completely erased or completely gone. It's just that so much of the legwork, so much of the difficult stuff is um, done in such a short little window in shamanic journey. So it's just so powerful. I love what I do. I love this modality. It's so powerful, and I'm so grateful that I stumbled on my path, right? That I found my path and the thing that was so right for me. So anyway, all of that to say, it was a very healing day despite everything not starting out fantastically. And as always, the universe is proving that I'm exactly where I need to be, and that, I'm not falling off my path. This is just part of the steps on the way there. So that is what I have for you today, and I will talk to you all tomorrow.